On behalf of my Retired Life Foundation, we extend a very hearty welcome to all of you. और आज का जो प्रोग्राम है वो बहुत ही यूनिक प्रोग्राम है, अनोखा प्रोग्राम है. पीछे आप देख रहे हैं फोटो कृष्णमणि मैडम के पीछे दिखाई दे रही है. That the program is meant to be a lady special subscription program. You know, let me give you the background. ये program क्यों किया हमने? There was a reason for that particular thing. That the last couple of subscription program when we did, we saw there was a tremendous amount of male domination. Very few ladies were participating, and therefore we thought that it is necessary that there should be a forced women empowerment in terms of the speaking, and therefore we conceptualized this particular subscription program exclusively by the ladies as speakers. We welcome all, and we wish all of them a very, very best. And for anchoring this particular program, we have with us Krishnamani Madam with us. Krishnamani Madam, the floor is open. Please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening to all my friends, both male and female. As sir said, this is neither a feminism this thing or a Women's Day activity or something. It is simply because it was found that many were not coming forward. Like our idea of Sabki Suno itself was to make people talk who don't generally talk so much. So with that background, I think this is a very unique opportunity, and really people have come forward and given the names, and looking forward to a really fiery speeches. As we know, women are all multitasking people. So definitely they will come out with good thing. For a start, I invite Pushpa Ishwar, who is one of our newest member rather, and it will be really nice to hear her thoughts today. Pushpa?
Yes. Good evening, friends. I am Mrs. Pushpa Ishwar. I retired from SBI. I have recently joined MRL. Somebody asked me, how are you aging positively? So I'm going to give you a talk on this, aging positively. I sit for once, stop, pause, and become still in my company and sit with myself. Silence out other people's opinions and viewpoints. I let go of what others think of me. I leave aside my role as a wife, mother, grandmother, and a sister, etc., and I sit by myself. I have to reinforce my greatest power and my surest answer to any problem. When I silence myself, my mind of all judgments, I will hear the voice of love and emerge. I see goodness and beauty in another human being as it flows towards me. I don't expect others to be like me. I see the world perfect with all its imperfections. I will complain less and appreciate more. I wish to create an environment of happiness and trust with my presence. I wish to find in myself the greatness to overlook flaws and forgive my mistakes, no matter how much they may have hurt me. By doing all this, I shall grow into a bigger and better person. I shall be at the glorious best, but detachment is my guiding force. I wish to send good wishes to all those who never cared and helped me. I wish to love others unconditionally. I wish to forgive and let go of the pain others caused me. In the end, nothing really matters except who I have become and how I feel at my last breath. Let go, let love heal the soul. I don't wish to participate in the negativity the world throws at me. My daily prayer is, I love my body, I love my mind, I love my thoughts, I love what I do, I love my space, and at last, I love who I am. Thank you.
Very well done, Pushpa. And this is the concept we all really have to follow, because unless you are there, you can't satisfy or make happy people around you. So
Yes.
The first is to be self-love, and it is you who should say early morning, seeing yourself on the mirror, yes, beautiful. That's it. Thank you so much for the nice thoughts. Now I call upon our very own Swapna Umarji, who has a way with words and always give us some thoughts to chew upon.
Good evening. Can you hear me, Veernaji? Can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Yeah. First, I would like to thank Sengupta sir for this opportunity. Sir, you have made us feel special today. My topic is on the very popular herb, henna, also called as mehendi. The art of henna is called as mehendi in Hindi and Urdu. It has been practiced in India. It has been practiced in India, Pakistan, Africa, and the Middle East for over 5,000 years. The Mughals brought mehendi to India around 15th century. The varied use of henna by the rich and the royal families from very early times has made it popular with the masses. Henna was originally used for its natural cooling properties for the people living in hot desert climates. A paste would be made in which the palms of hands and soles of feet would be soaked to take away the heat. Henna is a plant-based natural dye from the leaves of the herbaceous henna plant. Henna bonds very well with protein. Hence, it is used to dye skin as mehendi, hair, fingers, nails, leather, and fabrics like silk and wool. Henna or mehendi is a traditional medicinal plant. In ancient times, it was used for healing headaches, stomach pain, burns, open wounds, fever, fungal infection, hair loss, dandruff, and many other ailments. Mehendi or henna holds a lot of cultural significance in Indian traditions, be it weddings, Karwa Chauth, or other occasions. Mehendi plays an important role in all the ceremonies and festivals of India. For Hindu weddings, mehendi is painted with elaborate designs on the hands of the bride to symbolize joy, beauty, and spiritual awakening. Mehendi adorns the hands and life takes on a new color. Mehendi is considered as the most auspicious ornament of a married woman. All we can say is that henna is truly a gift of nature. The art of mehendi has been glorified, taken to the next level. Volumes have been written on it in the form of poetry, shairi, and songs. The age-old art of mehendi has been glorified and glamoured with time. मेहंदी तो मेहंदी है रंग लाएगी और उसके साथ खुशियां भी लाएगी. Thank you very much.
Very, very nice, Swapna. Mehendi, as you said, definitely forms a very important part in all our festivals and marriages, be it anything. And especially our forefathers have got a lot of scientific reasons to include so many customs. But only thing is, these were not explained well to the youngsters, so it has not been passed on to youngsters to know about it. As you said, it has got medicinal values. Talking about medicine, I am inclined to tell April is a month for so many awareness. So my trivia will go on along with this. 7th April is the World Health Day. And this April month is also awareness month for Parkinson's disease and also autism awareness. So slowly we will come to know, but as you said, apart from henna, there is a staff and a snake coiling around it is the symbol of World Health Day logo. More about it little later. Now I invite Ramani Murthy ji to continue the female fetish talk.
Hello friends. Namaskaram, Veena garu. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, please continue.
Okay. So today I'm going to share how to cope up with stress with the 5 elements of nature. And this is especially for ladies, because I think ladies have more stress than anybody. So let me start. These 5 elements were believed to constitute everything in the universe, including human body. These practices are effortless and require a little time to carry. Air. As you get up in the morning, sit on the bed, observe and feel the normal breaths. Closer observation of your breath makes you aware of the sensation of cool air passing into your nostrils, followed by the warm air letting itself out of the nostrils. Continue this for 5 to 6 cycles of breath. As a practice, it is preferable to carry out this in the morning. The more you do, the better. In less than a month time, you will notice that your experience of stress has considerably reduced. How is it possible? Thoughts and thoughts alone is the sole reason for stress. Several days of practice, you will begin to experience the thought processes being halted. As you initiate observation of breaths, the mind would cease producing thoughts. Second, water. Begin your mornings by drinking a glass of pure water before you take anything else. Drink very slowly, feeling the water flowing smoothly from your mouth down to your throat towards your stomach. Also, while you shower, feel the soothing flow of water as it runs through every part of your body. This will take you to intense present, and being in present means cutting yourself away from thoughts. As the day progresses, whenever you use water, feel the soothing effect of water. Continuing this practice will make you realize that water is a great stress dissolvent. Earth. When you get up in the morning, put your feet firmly on the ground. Be there for a moment. Think about the earth. Earth is patient and carries vast burden, yet provides resources to preserve life. In ancient India, rising out of the bed, women touched the earth with hands, seeking its forgiveness before they set foot onto the Mother Earth. This was the occult practice because touching the earth carefully will bring you to intense present and fosters modest behavior. Beware about your feet on the earth. Thinking about the feet will sever the connection with thoughts any time of the day. You are sitting or walking, try to take your attention to your foot. Next, space. Look at the blue sky and watch the clouds passing on it. The sky never moves, the cloud does. This understanding is very simple, but extremely profound and powerful. Even in the modern world, people look upwards during the time of stress and disaster with a hope that God is somewhere there to help us. The scientific aspect of this human behavior is to observe the vastness of the outer space and understand that the sky is immovable background for the moving clouds. This gives way to the realization that thoughts are just passing clouds. Mind is like a sky and the clouds are thoughts in it. Thoughts come, thoughts go. You don't chase the thoughts. You will be there like the sky. Practice this whenever possible. You will see stress thoughts receding in your mind. Fire. Fire symbolizes light that spreads knowledge, dispelling darkness and ignorance. The cosmic, the solar, and the planets work with fire. Fire is internal, inherent, and latent. By lighting fire, ancient Indian women were worshipping this greatest source of light, energy, seeking it to dispel darkness and spread the light of knowledge needed to fight with stress. Just as darkness goes away when light comes, the clouded thoughts should disappear the moment you think of fire. Fire is instant source of light and it should also alleviate stress immediately. So friends, thus by observing or by being with these 5 elements, a dramatic change can be expected in the stress level. Thank you.
अरे वाह रमनी जी, पंचभूतों का बहुत अच्छा विश्लेषण दिया आपने. Yes, the five elements are outside in the world as well as it is within us. And if when these are in harmony with each other, we are also healthy and the harmony around
Exactly.
us. That is why it is very important
Yes.
in life, the five elements. And all our five fingers also represent the five elements, which I had
Yes.
mentioned in one of my sessions, I think, but I won't go into
Yes,
it.
I remember.
Now,
I remember that.
it's very
Yes.
good.
Thank you.
Now comes another newcomer on the screen, rather, Hiranmay ji. Please come and express your views.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Sengupta sir, Samta ji, and my MRL friends. Veena, am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. So I have to confess that I love it when the participants would begin their sentence with, am I audible? Or kya meri awaaz sunai de rahi hai? Because it is the MRL platform that has recognized the several voices over the last 2 years. So thank you, Veena. My name is Hiranmay Suvarna. Although I am a newcomer and not a familiar face on MRL, I had debuted on Chai Pe Charcha in May 2020 when Dr. Sengupta introduced the show. So it took me nearly 2 years to come back on the show with Sabki Suno, which not because of lack of interest, but because of my attitude of is baar nahi, baad bhi kabhi dekha jayega, karke karke bus chhut jati thi. So when Sir announced that April's edition of Sabki Suno would be devoted to lady members, I overcame my apathy and decided to be a part of this talk show. So thank you, sir, for this opportunity. For today's topic, I got a clue from our earlier seasoned speakers who had spoken about the institution, organization they had worked for. So I too thought that I'm going to speak about my erstwhile organization, which incidentally, I carry with me most of the time, namely RBI notes and coins. Yes, I am an ex-RBI, having worked for the organization for 30 years. Today, I would like to talk on the RBI's Monetary Museum, located in Fort area, South Mumbai, next to RBI's Amar building. I had earlier visited this museum in 2005 and plead guilty for not visiting it thereafter. So I thought it only fair that I visited the museum for some first-hand information before this scheduled talk. I visited it last week and I'm ready with my presentation. So I would like to talk about RBI Monetary Museum, which was established under the educational program by RBI in 2004 and was inaugurated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the then President of India. So welcome to the RBI Monetary Museum, where the story of the evolution of money comes alive from the age-old system of barter and the emergence of coinage, the modern-day innovations in money. The RBI, as the monetary authority of India, has initiated the documentation and preservation of the rich and varied legacy. Today, the museum has a representative collection of over 10,000 exhibits of Indian coinage, paper currency, financial instruments, and monetary curiosities. The museum is divided into 6 sections, but due to time constraint, I will give a brief illustration of the various sections. The first section is divided to ideas, concepts, and curiosities. The idea of money section depicts how money has changed in appearance and substance and evolved from barter to coins to the present-day banknotes and currency. On view is money in various shapes, sizes, metals like gold, silver, copper, brass, including some of the smallest coins in the world. If you observe carefully, I have a calendar here which depicts some of the coins. You all may not be able to see it properly. Anyway, second section is the coinage section, which presents a glimpse of coinage from the ancient punch-marked coins dating back to 6th century BC, the medieval period, the princely states, the Indo-European companies, British India coinage, and the regular and commemorative coins of the Republic India. So the coins not only serve as a medium of exchange, but also tell a story of the rise and fall of empires, establishing royal authority, commemorating significant historical developments, and conveying the principles of governance, as also the advances in minting technology, transition from precious metals to tokens. The third section is devoted to the transition and journey from coins to paper money, and reveals how society started accepting tokens of money in lieu of metal money. So first there was metal, now we come to the paper money. On display are a variety of financial instruments like promissory notes, bills of exchange, and checks. One interesting thing I saw there was that there was a prisoners of war currency, which was given to the prisoners of war in World War II when they were in the camps there. They had to use this money for any transaction. Section 4 is devoted to paper money. Issue of Indian paper money in its modern sense dates back to the late 18th century. On view are notes issued by the government of India, and thereafter post 1935, the sole issuer of banknotes by Reserve Bank. One can discern how the design of notes has changed over time to capture the essence of history, to incorporate security features, to portray symbols of national sovereignty, to reflect the country's economic and social development. Section 5 is all about know your currency. As you must be knowing, with all of you all been having the various colorful notes. So this section aims to spread public awareness about how currency is managed in India, the journey of the notes, and the features of the contemporary Mahatma Gandhi series of notes. Section 6 is purely about Reserve Bank and you. The Reserve Bank has the mandate to ensure that prices remain stable and there is enough money for economic growth. This section provides a glimpse of the functions of the central bank of the country, its role in the country economy, and how it touches the day-to-day life of the common man. So that ends my narration, which by no means, I admit, does full justice to the fascinating world of money world, which would at least take 1.5 hours in the tour. But I hope that I have whetted your interest so that you will definitely visit the museum sometime in the near future as a must visit for a place in Bombay. It is open weekdays, Tuesday to Friday, timings 10:45 to 5:15 p.m. So thank you very much, sir, and everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Hiranmay. Actually, I was going to ask what is the timing. You gave it proactively yourself. It's really a unique topic and new topic of our central bank of the country. And many of us as children would have had a coin collection hobby. So it's so unique, even 1 paise, 2 paise and all used to be there, I remember. So I have a feeling that we must not only visit, why not have a full session on this elaborately by you in the coming days to come. It's a cue for sir to think about it and you to prepare it. Thank you so much enlightening us. It was really educative for many of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A person who delivers long dialogues without any trouble, entertained us for many skits, who has never come forward till now. Nirmala, now entertain us with your thoughts.
Hello. Good evening, friends. Thank you very much, Dr. Sengupta sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak in today's Sabki Suno program. Today, I intend sharing my thoughts on a dominant emotion present in any individual, namely ego. By definition, ego is a person's self-esteem or self-importance, while a quiet ego is an indication of a healthy self-esteem. An overpowering ego alienates one from the surroundings. Humility and modesty are the opposite emotions of ego. I will now narrate a story from the life of the great poet Kalidasa. After traveling long through a forest, Kalidasa reached a village. He felt very thirsty and looked around for water. He saw an old woman drawing water from a well. He went up to her and asked her for water. She agreed to give him water, but asked him to first introduce himself. Who are you? introduce yourself. Now, Kalidasa, who was a renowned and revered scholar of his time, thought that an ordinary and old village woman was not worthy of knowing who great Kalidasa was. So he said, I am a traveler. But the old lady replied, no, you cannot be a traveler. In this world, there are two travelers only, the sun and the moon. Both rise and set every day and keep traveling perpetually. Who are you? Thirsty Kalidasa said, all right, then treat me as a guest. Old lady promptly replied, no, you cannot be a great guest, son. In this world, there are only two guests, youth and wealth. Both are temporary and do not stay even if you plead with them 1,000,000 times. And hence can only they be called as guests. Who are you? Thirsty, but now quite intrigued with the profoundness of this old lady, Kalidasa said, I am a tolerant person, mother. Now the old lady replied, you don't quite look tolerant, young man. In this world, only two truly know the meaning of tolerance. Bhumi, earth, and tree. How much ever you stamp the earth or throw stones at the tree for the fruits, both continue to nurture us. So who are you? With unquenched thirst, Kalidasa was increasingly becoming irresistible. And he said, fine then, consider me a stubborn person. The lady smiled and said, no, my child, you are not that stubborn. There are only two truly stubborn personalities, our nails and our hair. We keep cutting them non-stop, but they continue to grow. So who are you? Kalidasa had been patient so far, but now in anger he said, all right, I am a fool. Now the lady gave a wide smile and said, there are only two kinds of fools in this world. A king who rules without having any capability or knowledge, and a minister who is a psychopath to such a king and lavishes praises on such a useless king. Who are you? Kalidasa realized that he had been outsmarted by an old illiterate village woman. In complete awe and humility, he fell at the feet of the lady, saying, oh, mother, how ignorant I was to think. I know myself. Pardon my ignorance. Show mercy and grant me water. I beg of you. When he touched her feet and then got up, whom did he see? Mata Saraswati, the goddess of learning and wisdom. She said, Kalidasa, you are wise, but only if you know yourself, do you become a true Manushya, human being? Your ego has overshadowed your achievements. You're educated, but you are also given to arrogance. Hence, I had to come to guide you. The mark of a true human being is not his knowledge, but his humility. Thank you very much.
Wow, Nirmala, you have come with a bang. That's why I said, no, you deliver your dialogues. I knew you would deliver your talk also too well. And yes.
Thank you, Veena.
Is good,
Wonderful talk.
but ego should not be there because according to me, ego means edging God out from inside us. So that's another interpretation of ego by me. And as you talked about ignorance, one more trivia from me about the World Health Organization and the World Health is we all think snake is poisonous. It is venomous. But it is actually has an antidote for its own poison. That is why it is there coiling around the staff. And there is a Greek mythology going back to it, which is by Asclepius. I don't know if my pronunciation is right.
Okay.
He's the Greek god of medicine. And he was Apollo's son as per that mythology. So he had the medicinal and healing power. So with his touch, people used to get healed. So let's go ahead after this trivia. I would like to call another vivacious lady who really likes to talk. Dr. Alka, please.
So good evening, everybody. As you can see, Veena ma'am is the, what I see today is the plethora of the treasure of the knowledge and the information and the way they talk, the confidence that is oozing out from all of our beautiful members. I can take names like Sapna ma'am, Ramani ma'am, Hiran ma'am, Nirmala ma'am, and I don't know, like the knowledge what is coming out today is like beautiful. Even if I say something, it would be just adding a little bit of, just nothing, in the sea of emotions and the sea of knowledge, I will be adding just a small drop. And I really want to say about Anand Saxena sir, the way the husband and the wife, they sit in one frame, that is so beautiful. Lakshmi Patro and Gopal Patro sir. And I also want to mention Sandhya and Manohar Gharat. I really love you guys, the way you sit in one frame, that shows the beauty of the relationship. Beautifully, all just sit together and watch the whole show, and I keep watching your expressions on your face. So coming today to my topic, after thanking Sen Gupta sir and after thanking Samta ma'am and each one of you, because I feel that each one of you is a hero of this program. Without you, this program is not possible. So to change the state of mind right now, I want you all to give yourselves a big round of applause. Come on, now move your body and show some appreciation for your own self. I want to see that energy, everybody. No, you can't keep quiet. Everybody has to clap. Clapping is good for your own health. Yes, thank you so much. Wonderful. So today you must be wondering, ye maine kya lagaya hai aas-paas mein. So as you all know, I'm like gratitude always. I'm always telling about gratitude. And my mom, she was Shukriya. And my dad was Zindagi. And this is actually the name of my book. But I want to tell you one story. That there was a time, when I was studying in second MBBS, and I was sitting in the house in the morning. It was a Sunday morning, November month. And I was looking out of the window, waiting for my dad to come back from a game of tennis. And my mom, she was making hot idlis with sambar and that asafoetida, and that sambar smell, that fragrance of smell was all in the atmosphere. And we were hungry, it was almost 10 o'clock, because normally he would be back by 9 when he went to play tennis in the morning at 7:30. And it was 10 o'clock and we were waiting. And at that time, there was a knock on my door. I ran to the door and I saw there was a young man, a young boy who was wearing white, tennis dress, white shoes, white socks, and he was holding my dad's tennis racket in his hand. I was shocked and I asked him, where's Papa? So he told me that Papa is in the dispensary. I couldn't believe it. So I just ran to the dispensary, and friends, what I saw over there has remained etched in my heart till today. It was such a painful photograph of my dad that he was holding his chest in his hand and he was curled up in a fetal position, and there was pain written all over his face, in his eyes, in his forehead, and everywhere. And that doctor, she was giving him some anticarminic, that pink solution, that pink solution for anticarminic for gas and all that. And I discovered that she had already given 5 or 6 of them. And I was very, very scared that there's something else is wrong with my dad. Anyway, we rushed him to the hospital without informing my mom. And when we took him to the hospital, there the ECG was taken, and he was a very young dad of mine, and he was diagnosed with a massive heart attack. A person who plays games, who's an athletic, who's disciplined, who's a yoga person and whatnot, and a healthy person, very, very healthy. He was a scientist from BRC. I could not believe that he had a heart attack. But of course, I accepted it. I ran to my mother and I had to break this news to my mom. And here is my mom. Here is me thinking about all the complications that we can go wrong with my dad, that I lose my dad forever. I was petrified. I was scared as anything. And here is my mom. She's telling me, shubh shubh bolo, shubh shubh hoga. Kuch nahi hone wala hai. And at that time, I thought like something is wrong with her. She doesn't understand what is happening in this world, Anyway, she gave me that Hanuman Chalisa, and she gave me Mahamrityunjay Mantra. And I took these 2 books with me to the ICU. I was the eldest child. I went to the ICU alone, and I was sitting there and I was just reading this for 48 hours. And friends, it was those 48 hours in my life that I realized the importance of my parents in my life. And I realized that after 48 hours, when my father became all right and he was shifted to the normal ward, and then he came home after 3 months, that was a scene I want to share with you. My mom, she looked at him and she looked up at the sky and she said, "This is for the grace of God that Papa has come home." And, she was very naughty. She looked at him, she winked at him, and she said, "You know what? I was missing you. I had no one to fight with." And, that laughter, she had that laughter which was boisterous, which was like, very loud, which came out from the stomach, And when she told him this, everybody started laughing, and the stress, the tension, the fear, and the tears were all gone away. That moment I realized that the seeds of spirituality, the connection with divinity, the connection with Almighty, and the connection with the higher force were, seeded in our hearts, in our souls, right from when we were children. She was a queen of gratefulness, and she taught us to be grateful for small things. She said, "You have light coming in your house." Imagine the day when we had no light in our house, how we were so disturbed, we have no hot water, we are feeling hot, we have no cold water. And, she said, "You have light, right? Be thankful. You have water in your tap, be thankful." These were the small things that I learned from my mom. She had an embrace, whenever there was something going wrong, I had to just go and just, hug her tight, in her embrace. And that smell of that oil and the ginger from her sari, which came out, I would just enjoy that smell. And I would never want to leave her embrace for anything in this world. Even today, even though I don't have her, I just feel that embrace, and I feel the smell, and I feel her fragrance around me. My dad and I, we had like innumerable dates together. He taught me about life. I've already shared this with you many times, that he sang so many loris for us, and he told us so many songs. We sang songs together. But very important, I want to say, is that my dad and my mom, they sang songs together, a lot of romantic songs together, and they laughed a lot together. And I want to tell you one thing, that couples or people who laugh together, they last together. And I want to share this, I'm very proud to share this, that family, it's an organization that a child comes across first time in his life. And the family is where we learn caring, and we learn sharing, and we learn gratefulness, and we are happy people. We may have a little bad childhood, but that is what we learn. And we learn team spirit, and we learn leadership, and we learn so much in our lives. I want to tell you that I want to ask you a question. What kinds of life are we leading? Are we going to show some weight to our juniors? Are we leading a life that can be an example to somebody else? Or we are just leading a life? But I know one thing, that each and every person from this group is leading a wonderful life, a great life, as can be seen the way you all talk and the way the confidence which oozes out. I know that you all are leading great lives. One thing you all can do is that we can tell our children. There's nothing to tell, actually. There's no need to, give pravachan to our children. But I think that when we laugh and when we be happy, we give the greatest gift of happiness to others. When we are stressed, when we are complaining, as Pushpa ma'am told in the beginning, we are not supposed to complain. And when we rise above that complaining, we try to accept the things in our life. And that is what I learned, friends, in my life. We can change the things we want. What we cannot change, we have to accept it. And the moment we accept things in our life, we become so happy. That is all I want to share with you. Let us laugh together. This platform of MRL brings us all together, makes us happy people. And the reason for long life, if you go and study, is not about the weight, not about sugar, not about blood pressure, not about obesity. It is the people who socialize the most, who are connected the most with each other. They live the longest, and they are the happiest people. So thank you so much, everyone. And this is a wonderful and the most beautiful and the most magical platform, which helps us to grow in our lives and to be happy together and to spread happiness and make it a ripple effect, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alka. Although a doctor, you didn't give an advice, you gave an example, living example, and you packed so many good things in your talk. Like how couples, like when you started with all our jodis, it's really good to see them, because although we have a women talk today, batch of women talking, it was only for some other purpose. We don't find any differentiation. We are complementary to each other. It is never you and me, it is we. So, and then women are also very strong, as you said, like your mother. They rise up to the occasion like anything. Somehow they manage the strength, and like a pillar of strength they are. And gratitude is something we all should have. First thing in the morning when we wake up is, oh, thank God I am alive today to see another new day. So that's the best thing about it. And we don't have to give pravachan. What we do, like your parents have done, set an example. Automatically the actions speak more than words. So thank you so much for your talk. It was very good. Now we are in Mumbai or Navi Mumbai. This is Amchi Mumbai. So why not have a, she's not only a singer, a game planner, but she is also a wonderful speaker. So I invite Shalini Mohite to give us a talk in Marathi for us. Shalini, please take over.
Yes, Veena. आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, okay. MRL के सभी दर्शकों को शालिनी का प्यार भरा नमस्कार. आज मैं मराठी में अपने विचार प्रकट कर रही हूँ. आजचा माझा विषय आहे स्वभाव, नेचर किंवा व्यक्तिमत्व. स्वभाव म्हणजे काय हो? माणसाचे मन, विचार की बुद्धी? खरं म्हणजे स्वभाव या शब्दाची व्याख्याच करता येत नाही, त्याला डेफिनेशनच नाही. हो, पण माणसाचे वागणे, इतरांमध्ये असणारा त्याचा वावर, चेहऱ्यावरील भाव, अशा काही गोष्टींवरून त्या माणसाचा स्वभाव आपण 75% तरी ओळखू शकतो. स्वभाव या शब्दाला अनेक पैलू आहेत, छटा आहेत, रंग आहेत, ऍडजेक्टिव्ज आहेत, प्रॉवर्ब्स आहेत. तापट, चिडका, हसरा, मितभाषी, गुणी, अवगुणी, खुनशी, खोटारडा, शांत, सज्जन, स्वार्थी, मनमोकळा, हट्टी, समाधानी, मारकुटा, कळकोचरा, कुचका इत्यादी ऍडजेक्टिव्ह देऊन आपण माणसाला ओळखत असतो. असं म्हणतात की माणसाचा स्वभाव हा त्याच्या लहानपणीच घडत असतो आणि तोही त्यावेळची संस्कृती, समजशक्ती, भोवतालचे वातावरण, सुसंस्कार, माणसांशी येणारा संबंध यातूनच साकारत असतो. प्रत्येक माणूस हा स्वभावाने वेगळा असतो. असा समज आहे की माणसाचा स्वभाव कधीच बदलत नाही. पण या आधुनिक युगामध्ये तर स्वभाव बदलण्यासाठी अनेक उपाय सांगितले जातात. त्यात मेडिटेशन, चांगल्या गोष्टींचे अनुकरण, योग्य सराउंडिंग, चांगली शिकवण, चांगले विचार, संस्कार, संगत, समजावण्याची कला इत्यादीमुळे स्वभावात बदल आणू शकतो. राजकारणात, घरात, ऑफिसमध्ये, बाजारात करताना, गर्दीच्या ठिकाणी, बस, ट्रेन इत्यादी ठिकाणी स्वभावामुळेच तर तणाव होत असतात. आपला स्वभाव चांगला व्हावा यासाठी संत, महात्मेही चांगली शिकवण देत असतात. अशा स्वभावाच्या अनेक पैलूमुळेच तर इतिहास घडत गेला, रामायण घडले, महाभारत घडले. स्वभाव बदलणे, परिस्थितीवर मात करणे, चांगले वागणे हे सर्व मन शांत ठेवूनच करावे लागते. दुसऱ्यांनी सांगितलेल्या चांगल्या गोष्टी ऐकण्याचीही कुवत लागते. झालेल्या चुका सुधारण्याची इच्छा लागते. आता पाळीव प्राण्यांव्यतिरिक्त रानटी प्राण्यांचे स्वभाव ठरलेलेच असतात. त्यांचे मूळ स्वभाव बदलूच शकत नाही. पण माणसाचा स्वभावही खूप खूप प्रयत्नांनी बदलू शकतो. पण 100% नाही. कधी कधी तो वातावरणानुसार मूळ स्वभावावरही येऊ शकतो. आपण चांगले वागलो तर दुनिया आपल्याशी चांगले वागेल. आपण हसलो तर दुनिया हसली. पण रडताना आपण एकटेच असू हे लक्षात ठेवून सदा हसत राहा, दुसऱ्याला हसवा आणि आनंदी राहा. म्हणजेच आपला स्वभाव हसरा आणि आनंदी ठेवा. नमस्कार.
धन्यवाद. मंडळ आभारी आहे चांगल्या विचारासाठी.
थँक्यू
फ्रेंड्स, that was a nice thought on how our nature, how it can be changed with intentions in the right way and the right direction, she said. That is what we call generally positive thinking. Positive, then don't go into negativity. Yes, And she gave ways also of meditations. But बोला जाता है ना, आदमी, a man is known by his company. So if we choose wise company, be in the company of good people, yes, we will have good this thing. And the face is the mirror of mind, like they say. And by body language, people come to know what is our nature. So if not 100%, like she said, if we take the right direction and decision, we can definitely change our nature towards goodness. So thanks, Shalini, for those thoughts. Now we call upon a lady who makes a happy man very happy. आनंद जी की रीता, जो आनंद जी को खुश करती है, रीता जी.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Sengupta sir, to give me this opportunity to speak something on this platform, especially made for ladies. And thank you, Veena madam, to encourage me to come on this platform, because I never speak.
Please talk little louder, huh, please.
Yes. So, as you all know, we always say remove this thing from the kitchen. Five white things like ghee, shakar, and salt, and maida, like refined oil. But most important things we always forget, which we can remove from the kitchen and we can save our lives, which creates so many diseases prevailing these days, like heart problem, kidney problem, knee problem, lung problem. So many diseases are coming. So we have to do something in our kitchen as we spend more time in the kitchen. So first and foremost thing is, nowadays, everyone is using non-stick cookwares. Do you know it contains a very dangerous layer of fluorocompounds that is called Teflon. When we heat this, the fluorocompounds comes out on high temperature and it mixes with the food, and which gives a very poisonous effect in our body. This fluorocompounds create so many diseases, like most important is cancer and lung disease. So, but what is the remedy for this? So main remedy we can use is the heavy base steel cookwares, which are very much available in the market. So at least we can do to replace these non-sticky cookwares with heavy base steel containers or cookwares. Then the second most important, from long time we are using aluminum utensils. In most of the family earlier also we were using. Nowadays everybody is aware of this. But you know, if you say weigh the utensil and take weight after 6 months, that at least 10 to 15, 20 grams weight goes. Where this aluminum is going? As you know, aluminum is very reactive in acidic as well as alkaline medium. If we mix sabji, vegetables with tomato or with the tamarind, its color got changes. If you use alkaline things, the color changes. Slowly it dissolves. Molecules of the aluminum come in your food. Where it is going? It is going nothing. It is going in our body only. And the aluminum is as poisonous as heavy metals. So we can remove this aluminum utensils by using a heavy steel, stainless steel, which is an alloy of the so many metals, 3, 4, 5 metals, which is very inert material and it does not react with any alkaline or acidic medium. The aluminum mainly creates kidney and liver problem, and it imbalances the hormones, and kidney also affected too much. The more dangerous thing which nowadays people are using aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is very light aluminum foil from which the molecules comes out very easily, and we like to keep our food hot. So we put hot chapatis and vegetables in the aluminum foil and give it for lunch and dinner. This is not good. So we should avoid aluminum foil at least. We can give stainless steel lining containers, or we can use, instead of aluminum foil, we can use cotton cloth, washed cotton cloth, or we can use butter paper, which is simply a heavy fatty layer, which will not going to affect anyway. So these things can be avoided. Third thing comes the plastic, which is now become the part of our life. But you know how plastic is made. Plastic is made with the use of a plasticizer, which is called bisphenol A. Now they have written it is free from bisphenol A, but they are using, without plasticizer, plastic cannot be made. So they are using bisphenol S, which is equally dangerous. And if you use water for a long time in a plastic bottle, you keep it for a long time and take it. If you keep in the car and take it, if you use plastic containers for children to give the lunch, that slowly this plasticizer goes in the food and make it poisonous. And after long-term use, you see so many diseases created by this bisphenol, which is going slowly and giving this slow poison to the children, to the elder. And the main thing is the sensitivity of the insulin is getting reduced. So now the persons are becoming more diabetic these days. So we can imagine how this modern time plastic containers, plastic bags, they are making hell in our life. So using now, if we use stainless bottle or copper bottles in place of plastic bottle, it will give you lot of benefits instead of poison. The last or the foremost thing, everybody knows that we are using palm, we are using oil, refined oil. The refining is done in the 3 steps. This is called RBD, that is refined, bleached, and deodorized. During all this process, we use lot of chemicals, and the main chemical is hexanol. Hexanol is used to refine and bleaching of this oil. It is not possible to remove total bisphenol after refining. So this hexanol comes in the oil in enough amount, which is not permissible. So this makes our body sick, like heart disease, kidney problems, and diabetes. So many problems are coming with this refined oil. So we should avoid using refined, bleached, deodorized oil. Instead of this, we can use raw mustard oil, we can use coconut oil, we can use, even if you get pure ghee instead of this refined oil, and most important is olive oil. We use less and be healthy. So thank you very much. This is my all about the healthy heart life.
Thanks, Rita ji. Many comments are there, eye-opener and whatnot. I was just wondering, अभी तक जिन्होंने kitchen की type की बात नहीं की, because it is said no, women is the queen of our kitchen. कितने भी बोलो share करो, work ये करो, वो करो, but that is your domain, right? Our domain rather. So it was really welcoming thoughts. We say no, by whatever it is, if you make it healthy, the family will be healthy. We give aluminum foil to our young children also actually. Chalo sandwich band diya.
Yes. When the family is happy, the nation will be happy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the inputs. It was really good. And coming from a lady, although we progress in many fields, women, like the figure behind me, it can be anything, but we don't leave our kitchen, although maybe a software engineer or heading or something, and or a doctor or whatever it is. It is our domain primarily too. Thank you so much, Rita. Then, abhi bahut quiet rehne wali, but whatever she does very sincerely. I call upon Sandhya Garat to share her thoughts. Sandhya ji.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening.
Thank you, Sen Gupta sir and Samta madam for giving me such opportunity to talk in सबकी सुनो. मैं आज सुधा मूर्ति के बारे में कुछ शब्द बोलना चाहती हूँ. सुधा मूर्ति का जन्म हुगली में एक छोटे गांव में हुआ था. शुरू से ही सुधा मूर्ति बहुत ही पढ़ाई में तेज थी. इंजीनियरिंग यह पुरुष प्रधान क्षेत्र था, परंतु उन्होंने इंजीनियरिंग में एडमिशन लिया. उन्होंने अपने लक्ष्य पर पूरा ध्यान दिया. वह अकेली उस कॉलेज में थी. लोगों ने उन पर कागज के विमान स्याही डालनी पर बहुत तकलीफ दी, परंतु वह सुधा मूर्ति टस से मस नहीं हुई. वह पूरे कॉलेज में हमेशा प्रथम आती थी, क्योंकि वह अध्यापक कुटुंब से आई थी. उसके पिता डॉक्टर और नानाजी अध्यापक थे. वे बहुत ही गरीब थे. उनके पास 3 कपड़ों की जोड़ी थी, परंतु उनके अलमारी में 40 के ऊपर किताबें थी. उनका पूरा लाइफ पढ़ने और लिखने में गया. वह किताबों की दुनिया में ही बड़ी हुई थी. सुधा मूर्ति ने जो उसे सही लगा वही किया. समाज से वह कभी डरी नहीं. तेलुगु में ग्रेजुएट ट्रेनिंग करके उन्होंने अपना पहले काम किया. उसकी मुलाकात श्री नारायण मूर्ति से पुणे में हुई थी. अपने बचत से जो 10,000 रुपए थे उन्होंने नारायण मूर्ति को दिया और बोले कि इस 10,000 की रुपये से अपना कारोबार आप शुरू कर सकते हैं. मैं आपको 3 साल की मुद्दत देती हूँ. आप उस 3 साल में अपना कारोबार अच्छी तरह से संभालो और उस टाइम में मैं अपने घर की जिम्मेदारी और बाहर की जिम्मेदारी अच्छी तरह से संभाल सकती हूँ. और मिस्टर नारायण मूर्ति ने उसी टाइम इन्फोसिस की स्थापना की. टाटा मोटर्स में केवल पुरुषों को स्थान मिलता था, परंतु उन्होंने उसमें भी अपना आवाज उठाया और JRD टाटा को उन्होंने एक पोस्ट कार्ड लिखकर उसमें शिकायत की थी. सुनामी, बाढ़ और सूखे में उन्होंने बहुत लोगों की मदद की. वह जिंदगी के अनुभव से प्रेरित थी. टाटा ने सुधा मूर्ति को बताया कि हम जो पैसे कमाते हैं उनमें से थोड़े पैसे समाज कल्याण में लगाने चाहिए, क्योंकि इसी समाज ने हमें सब कुछ दिया है. वह एक सुधा मूर्ति एक बेमिसाल बन गई. उन्होंने कन्नड़, मराठी, हिंदी, अंग्रेजी में 30 से ज्यादा किताबें लिखी. पौराणिक कथाओं पर किताबें लिखी. उन्होंने बहुत समाज सेवा की. कर्नाटक के ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में 1000 के ऊपर शौचालय बनाए. कर्नाटक स्कूलों में 70,000 लाइब्रेरी बनाई. देवीदास पर उन्होंने किताब लिखी. गरीब वंचित लोगों को जीवन में उन्होंने बहुत ही बदलाव किया. सरल, सादगीपूर्ण, विनम्र, दृढ़ता से खंबीर होने के कारण उसने जीवन में बहुत ही आगे गई. वह उन्हें नेचर से और उनका गोपी कुत्ते से बहुत ही प्यार था. उन्होंने अपने दोनों बच्चों को अच्छी तरह से पालन किया. आनंद एक अपनी मन की स्थिति है. वह आनंद दूसरा कोई हमें दे नहीं सकता. सादा जीवन और उच्च विचार यही उनका ध्येय था. सादगी से पूर्ण सामाजिक कल्याण की अपना जीवन उन्होंने समर्पित किया. महिलाओं को समानता के लिए उन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छा कार्य किया. जीवन में सफलता का मंत्र है समाधान. वह हमारे सबके लिए स्फूर्ति स्थान है. जीवन के नदियों में बहुत से पत्ते आते हैं और जाते हैं. सुधा मूर्ति समझती थी वही भी एक पत्ती हूँ वैसी उनकी विचारधारा थी. जब वो निराश होती थी तो वो पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग करती थी. जिंदगी में जो रोल उन्हें मिला वह उन्होंने अच्छी तरह से निभाया. उन्होंने कभी भी एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं किया, क्योंकि उनके मन से जब हम एक्सपेक्टेशन करते हैं तो हम दुखी होते हैं. विदाउट एक्सपेक्टेशन वी आर सो हैप्पी. और उनके मत से जब भगवान हमारी एक खिड़की बंद करता है तब वही भगवान हमारे लिए पूरा दरवाजा खोल सकता है. थैंक यू मैम.
Thank you, Sandhya. She is wonderful selection of idol. She is my idol too. I love reading her books, which are simple simple English, no bombarding or great words or something, and all life experiences of people around her. She has great philanthropist, but a very, very humble person at that. And she kept her children also grounded, as you said.
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Thank you so much for bringing in a good image.
Thank you, ma'am.
अभी हम बुलाते हैं हमारे उषा दीदी को. आप क्या सुना रहे हो जी हमें? उषा जी.
Yeah, hello Veena. Hello.
Hi.
Hello everybody. Thank you so much, Mr. Sen Gupta, for giving me this opportunity. Friends, it's not a story. It's not an article. It's not even a lecture. Veena, can you hear me properly?
Yes, very clearly.
Yeah. These are just a few life-saving suggestions which will take your life to another level. I call it high energy healing. I guarantee you, if you follow these, you will thank your stars and me for the magic that's going to happen in your life. For this, you don't need any special equipment, just your willingness and your willpower. These are just simple everyday habits which steer you to wholesomeness. You start with pushing yourself to get up before the rest of the world. Start with 7 a.m., then 6 a.m., then 5 a.m. Go to the nearest hill with a big coat and scarf and watch the sun rise. Push yourself to fall asleep earlier. Start with 11 p.m., then 10 p.m., and then 9 p.m. Wake up in the morning feeling re-energized and comfortable. Lie in your garden. Feel the sunshine on your skin. Get into the habit of cooking yourself a beautiful breakfast. Sit and enjoy it and eat it and do nothing else. Just stretch it. Start by reaching for the sky as hard as you can. Then try to touch your toes, roll your head, stretch your fingers, stretch everything. Buy a 1 liter water bottle. Start with pushing yourself to drink the whole thing in a day. And then try drinking it twice in a day. Buy a beautiful diary and a beautiful black pen. Write down everything you do, including dinner dates, appointments, assignments, coffees, what you need to do that day. No detail is too small. Strip your bed of your sheets and empty your closet dryer in a washing machine. Wash, then hang them in the sunshine with care. Make your bed in full. Dig your fingers in earth. Plant a seed. See your success as it grows every day and every moment. Organize your room. Fold all your clothes and bag what you don't want. Clean your mirror. Clean your laptop. Vacuum the floor. Light a beautiful candle. Breathe. Breathe deeply. Practice your deep breathing and ground yourself. Have a luxurious shower with your favorite music playing in the bathroom. Push yourself to go for a walk. Take your headphones. Go to the beach and walk briskly. Smile at the strangers and be surprised how many smile back at you. Message your old friends with personal jokes. Suggest a catch-up soon, even if you don't follow through. And then, after some time, push yourself to follow through. Think long and hard about what is interesting and what interests you. Crime, sex, boarding school, long forgotten romance etiquettes. Find a book about it and read it. There is a book literally about everything. Become the person you would ideally fall in love with. Stick your tongue at babies. Help an animal. Compliment people. Challenge yourself not to ridicule anyone for the whole day, then 2 days, then 1 week. Veena, you're laughing, huh? Look people in the eye. Ask them about their stories. Talk to strangers so that they become your friends. Lie in the sunshine. Daydream about your life. The life you would like to lead. Think of that. Open your eyes. Take small steps to make it happen. Best of all, to all of you. Thank you so much, Veena. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ushaji. Aapki smile contagious hai. Like, so good to smile at anybody, I understand.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
very,
you.
very good. That's why I was not laughing. I was smiling.
Yeah.
कि आपने तो एक ही इसमें सब बता दिया. आत्मनिर्भर रहो, self care करो,
Yeah.
accept your life and face challenges. All in one package you did. Very good
Yeah.
package. Thank you
Just
so
random
much.
thoughts. There is.
So before we come to our finale talker, one more trivia. I used to wonder why children are crying seeing the stethoscope. Lately, I came to know, like I came to know about the World Health Day, same way the stethoscope, if many of you must have, except Alka, please, must have noticed it has also got the shape of the snake. I've always been wondering. So actually, snake is also connected with pharmacology and antisepsis. As I said, the snakes have their own anti-venom against their poison. So stethoscope के बारे में ये कुछ नया मैंने सीखा. I don't know about others. So now to conclude our ladies special, I call upon very right person, Lakshmi Patroji. Lakshmi ji.
A very good evening, namaskar and vanakkam. Thank you, Dr. Sen Gupta ji, for allowing me to talk, though my entry was a very late entry. And today, actually, once Sen Gupta sir had given a theme of childhood memories. That time I wanted to talk, but I couldn't figure out how to put it. Then now, last moment, I thought, okay, this time I should talk about the childhood memories, but again, the same confusion, how to put it. So I was discussing with my daughter. Then she sent me a small video clipping, which is called 2019 में 1999 ढूंढ रही हूँ. 2019 में 1999 ढूंढ रही हूँ. So I thought I took a clue from that, and मैं थोड़ा सा taking a clue from that, I am putting my thoughts. मैं 2022 में 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ. 2022 में 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ. वीडियो गेम्स के जमाने में गिल्ली डंडा, पकड़ा पकड़ी और गोटियों से खेलना ढूंढ रही हूँ. पिज्जा और बर्गर के जमाने में वो स्कूल के गेट के बाहर खड़ी हुई मेरा वाला कच्चा इमली और कच्चा आम ढूंढ रही हूँ. हैरी पॉटर और सुपर हीरोज के जमाने में मैं चंदा मामा की कहानियां और चाचा चौधरी के कॉमिक्स ढूंढ रही हूँ. किंडल के जमाने में लाइब्रेरी में एनेट ब्लिटन के फेमस 5 ढूंढ रही हूँ. मैं 2022 में 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ. रिप्ड जीन्स के जमाने में हाफ साड़ी और लहंगा चोली ढूंढ रही हूँ. डिजाइनर वेयर के जमाने में एक ही थान से बनी सभी घर वालों का कपड़े ढूंढ रही हूँ. कलरफुली डाई किया हुआ हेयर में वो नानी की बनाई हुई कड़क 2 चोटियां ढूंढ रही हूँ. 2022 में मैं 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ. T20 और IPL के जमाने में पड़ोसियों के साथ बैठ के 5-day क्रिकेट टेस्ट मैच ढूंढ रही हूँ. OTT के जमाने में कंट्रीब्यूट करके हायर किया हुआ VCR पे साथ में बैठ के मूवी देखना ढूंढ रही हूँ. ओएलईडी 80 इंच के पर्सनल टीवी के जमाने में पड़ोसियों के घर जाके चित्रहार और छाया गीत देखना ढूंढ रही हूँ। स्पॉटिफाई और अमेज़न के प्लेलिस्ट के जमाने में हर बुधवार को अमीन सयानी की आवाज और बिना का गीत माला ढूंढ रही हूँ। कैरियोके के जमाने में वो कॉपी में लिखी हुई गीतों का लिरिक्स ढूंढ रही हूँ। 2022 में मैं 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ। ईमेल और व्हाट्सएप के जमाने में वो हाथ से लिखी हुई चिट्ठी ढूंढ रही हूँ। ऑनलाइन पेमेंट्स के जमाने में संभाल के रखा हुआ वो मिट्टी का गुल्लक ढूंढ रही हूँ। सेल्फीज के जमाने में स्टूडियो में खींची हुई वो ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट तस्वीर ढूंढ रही हूँ। वीडियो कॉल्स के जमाने में वो अच्छी बुरी खबर लाने वाली टेलीग्राम ढूंढ रही हूँ। 2022 में मैं 1972 ढूंढ रही हूँ। दोस्तों, कभी कभी कहीं ना कहीं 2022 में भी 1972 दिख जाता है। जब आम आदमी का खाना मिलेट्स को सुपर फूड्स माना जाता है, जब बादाम बेचने वाले का गाना कच्चा बादाम दुनिया भर में वायरल हो जाता है, जब दादा दादी नाना नानी को देख के बच्चे लपक जाते हैं, नाना नानी और दादा दादी के चेहरे पे बच्चों को देख के बहुत बड़ा मुस्कुराहट आ जाता है, जब दोस्तों से मिलके वही सुकून वही प्यार मिलता है, 2022 में भी हमें 1972 दिख जाता है। चाहे तरीके अलग अलग हो, बट हमारे इमोशंस वही रहता है। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thanks, Lakshmi. Everybody in this Zoom today must have gone down the memory lane, whether male or female, because we all have had our own childhood memories. Like you said, before you said Imli, I was thinking of Imli. So it was like wonderful, and that peppermint with white and black lines. So that we have had a very good, lucky times. Our generations are really, really very good. Enjoyed every part of life, I feel so. Because children are now so much in competitive this and that. So they are not having so much time to play, mix with them. It is their majburi hai, not that they love it or something. So it is for us to give them their room as well as inspire them with our own childhood also. Thank you so much for this, and thanks each and every speaker whose topics have been really, really entertaining, educative, enriching, and really, really empowering too with knowledge, pearls of wisdom. Thank you so much, each one of you, and really, really feel proud to anchor this special program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Veena, for the excellent